Reptilia Corp. Now, the first products I'm going to talk about is the Torch light bodies. But before I get into that, I just want to point out again something that's awesome about Reptilia is almost every single product that they've made is purpose built, meaning that some, military contracting company or military company group, whatever it might be, has, come to them with a problem, and Reptilia has solved it. So sometimes when you first look at some of their products, you're like, what is that and why? And the cool part is like that was an issue for somebody and they fixed it. And so the first one is the Torch bodies here. So the Torch bodies are pretty unique because, well, one being that they are made of a solid piece of aluminum, so 7075 T6 aluminum. So the mounting system and everything is one solid piece. But the cool part is these light bodies, they were made to fit perfectly uptight and snug on your rail if you're running a top-mounted laser aiming device, so something like a D-ball or PEC 15 or something along those lines. So if you were to get one of these and just slap it on your gun without a laser aiming device, you might notice it kind of like sticks up and out a little bit weird, and that's just because that's not what it was intended for, right? These were intended to go along with that laser aiming device. And when you do put those together, it's a beautiful, beautiful fit, okay? So a little bit more about these though. So again, two different styles because they are running off of different platforms. So the Torch with the 18350, right, is going to be capable of utilizing the head off of your mod light as well as the Surefire KE2DF, and obviously running off of the 18350 battery. And then the Torch light, the 6V CR123, is going to be more of your traditional Scout M600 light. So obviously a longer optic or a longer light body and everything. The switches on the back for your caps and all that are going to be interchangeable with those same light platforms. So just a really solid, very robust, very, very strong, well thought out, and great problem solve if you are running one of those top mount laser aiming devices, okay? So the next one that I want to talk about though is one that I just think is really cool when you fully understand what's going on here. And that is the AUS Optic Mounts. They do have them for the 30 millimeter as well as the 34. These two that we just got in are for the 34, and they do come in FDE and black. But the cool part about the AUS, and a lot of people just don't understand, is that it really is like a system. It's a chassis that allows you to customize how you need based on the builds that you're trying to accomplish, okay? So to kind of cover that, what we'll talk about first. So these ones are 1.54 inch for the bore height, right? All of them are coated in your mill standard type 3 hard anodized. So really good coating there, all made in the US and made out of 7075 T6 aluminum, all solid one piece. But what is happening here? So when you look at this alone, it just looks like an optic body. But if you notice, you've got these holes down here at the bottom as well. Well, those play an actual important role. So what those do is if you have or want, you have the need to run a 45-degree and offset red dot, instead of having to mount it in a different spot, it actually is very easy to utilize the AUS offset, which is again, same thing, one solid piece, really solid. This attaches in one of those four, so you can go left side, right side, front or back, but attaches in one of those four mounting positions. Now you can have yourself a, if you're using this one, it's an Acro, but they also have like Delta Point Pro footprint, but now you can have your 45-degree offset attached directly to that mount. So then if you wanted to use your quick disconnect, unattach, put back on, it's all one solid piece right there, right? But that's not it. There's a lot more to it. So what else you can do is utilizing the ROF lines. So the original being the ROF 90, and this was originally designed for the Geisley Automatics Super Precision mount. But this right here, this piece is very easy to change. You just take off your front front top plate there, you replace it with this one, and now you can have a 90-degree top mount optic. So running an Acro, Delta Point Pro, RMR, whatever it is that you're utilizing, right? So now we're able to utilize this system to start building off of. So if I don't want a top mount 90, I could also go with a top mount 45, so the ROF 45. So now I can have a top mount on that same ring, keeping it nice and slimline, but having that red dot slightly off center for that 45 if you're maybe running in like a 2-gun, 3-gun match, or like PCSL or something, where having that 45-degree offset is nice around corners, whatever it might be. You know, that is an easy option. But let's say you don't want to necessarily have it connected to that AUS mount, or let's say you're not using the AUS mount yet. You can easily use this ROF SAR. So this is a standalone plate system. What you're gonna end up doing there is just clamping that on. So on the tube of your optic, if you have your optic sticking out, this would actually plant on. The cool part about that as well is you can run it as a 90-degree, or you can do 45. I mean, you can set it up however you want. So this gives you a little bit more versatility when it comes to mounting some sort of an offset or some sort of a secondary optic on your magnified optic. So you can go directly on the mount, either through that 45 offset, or off of the AUS offset. You can do the 45 ROF, you can do the 90 ROF, or you can even throw the diving board on there if you've got some need for some sort of distance designator or anything like that on the top, and you can still run an offset on the side. So again, it's just really dang cool because there is just so many options to make this system work really well for what you want to achieve. So I just wanted to dive a little bit into that AUS because it really is more than just simply a magnified optic mount. I mean, it's a full-on system. So again, comes in 30 millimeter as well as 34 millimeter. You've got your ROF stuff for your 30 millimeters. You've got your offsets, you got your torches. I mean, again, all of these things were designed for a purpose because someone somewhere had an issue, had a problem, and Reptilia fixed it and then said, hey, maybe the public wants this as well. And some of them are pretty sweet options. So again, check out the full line of Reptilia. We got a lot more on the website. We got more coming out. They have some new stuff coming out that's pretty rad, as well as some stuff for shotguns too with their saddle mount. So jump on the website, take a look at Reptilia and everything that they have to offer. Pretty sweet company.